Today I am with Matt Madsen at his house. Just going to ask him a few questions for my blog. Yeah. What has been your best experience that you've had through weightlifting so far?
Well, one of the best experiences I probably had was when I was quite young. I was 16, and I went to Pune, India, for the Commonwealth Youth Games. So that was like an amazing experience. Like, we stayed with the whole New Zealand team, like an athlete village. You had like free food. We had an opening ceremony. We'd do a parade and stuff, and just getting to compete at an event like that and watching other sports, watching other athletes who have sacrificed so much time and trained so hard to get where they are. So that was a great experience. It's probably one of the main reasons why I want to go to Commonwealth Games, is because just that environment and atmosphere and being in a whole New Zealand team with just different sports was just amazing.
That's cool. Who do you aspire to be like and why?
I aspire to be, I guess, like the best in my sport, like the world champions. Because I guess they are the best in one. I guess New Zealand athlete I aspire to be like is I guess there's quite a few, like Richard Patterson. He went to the 2008 Beijing and 2012 London Olympics, so he's quite a successful. He's the best weightlifter in the New Zealand at the moment, and he's also won a silver game medal at the Commonwealth Games. So I aspire to be, I guess, like the best, and I want to be, the best in the country. And so yeah.
Oh yeah. What has been your worst injury so far?
Well, I've had a few injuries. I haven't had nothing long term so far that's kept me out for a while, but I've had a lot of, I guess, back injury. When I was younger, I had quite a severe back injury where I couldn't train for 2 to 3 months, so that was quite bad. And it's kind of still been a niggle now. But more recently, I hyperextended my elbow, which was probably a second away from dislocating it. So that was a pretty bad injury. So that would be my second bad injury. But other than that, we have lots of little niggles and like in the back, knees. I've also had patellar tendonitis in my knees, which means I had to get blood injected from my elbow to my knee. So that was another bad injury. But yeah, other than that, just lots of niggles, and just make sure the body gets to learn to make sure the body's right, because it's that so much load and impact is going through your body. So it is an important part of our sport to manage injuries.
What competitions have you competed in?
I've competed in a range of competitions. So when I started off, I first started on like lifting at a local like club level. Then I've gone from like secondary school comps in New Zealand to national championships, and from there on I've gone from like Australian comps to Oceania Championships, which is Oceania region, then also like Commonwealth Championships, which is the whole Commonwealth region, and Commonwealth Youth Games, and also Arafura Games, which is a kind of sports event based in Darwin. But probably the biggest stage I lifted at was the Junior World Championships, which is the best junior lifters, which is under 20 in the world, competing at an event, at the World Championships of weightlifting.
Oh yeah. What sacrifices have you had to make to get to where you are now?
There's quite a few sacrifices, you could say. I mean, I wasn't normal, like through high school and stuff. I wasn't just, after school I'd normally be going to training while people would go to hang out with friends and go out and stuff. So I guess there's a social aspect which I had to sacrifice, like not being able to go out to town as much because I had a competition, and or not being able to hang out with friends because I had training. So there's that aspect, and which but I mean, you work around it. And also sacrifices in terms of at the moment just putting my career on hold. That's a big sacrifice. I mean, it's to be the best in best to get the best out of my ability. I've kind of just put work on the side and made training my whole aspect. So putting that money and the career aside and on hold till after my sporting career's ended has been a huge sacrifice. I mean, it's kind of living our sport is quite small, so living not having the financial
Support.
earning that financial income that you normally do if you're working a full-time job. So I have had that sacrifice, which is, I mean, it's okay. Got a lot of support from our ventures, but that I guess from that social aspects in terms of friends and stuff, and then also in terms of career and actually having a job, a proper job, has been a sacrifice that I've had to make. But in the end it'll be worth it.
What's your most proudest achievements?
I got a few, I guess. When I was younger, I won a Commonwealth Championships, which is probably junior championships, which was probably on the highest level of stage which I've won. So I guess that was one of my highlights, because I went to Malaysia and I had no coach, like no teammates, and just I went alone, and I was able to win a Commonwealth Championship, which few New Zealand junior lifters have done. Also, I've broken a number of New Zealand records, and also I've won Oceania Junior Championships. So I've done 2 of those, so that was quite a big achievement for me as well. But just recently, hitting the qualifying standard for the Commonwealth Games has been my most successful achievement up to date, my recent achievement. But I guess, I mean, if I do qualify and I've qualified, but if I get selected for Commonwealth Games, that'll be, I guess, my largest, the biggest achievement so far, and going will be a huge eye-opening experience, and it'll make that, all the training worth it.
What are some of your favourite highlights?
Just probably traveling to all these different countries, I guess. Just so many, probably over 10 countries, or over a dozen trips I've been on. So just going overseas and experiencing the culture there and the places. Also just being, it is a sport, but going away traveling with a team as well. You have so many memories and just that competition as well. Competing on international stages. It's always amazing thing to do, to go overseas and wear that silver fern and represent your country at any sport, or in anything. So representing New Zealand, and even competing and doing well at competitions, even winning competitions, well, that'd be the biggest highlight of all that I guess sacrifice and all that hard work that you put in the training. It all eventually pays off when you go to these big competitions and you're successful. So just so many highlights.
What were your New Zealand world records that you broke?
New Zealand records.
Yeah.
There's quite a few, because when I was younger, we had under 16 and under 18 records, which I broke in my weight category. So I held a few of those in a few weight categories, and then also when I was a junior lifter, I broke the under 56 kilo snatch, clean and jerk and total records, but they have been broken since then. And I've also held the under 62 clean and jerk record and the under 85 New Zealand clean and jerk record as well. So quite a few. I mean, it's in the younger years, it's hard to keep up with them, but in the junior ones. But I'm trying to. I mean, now I'm a senior lifter, so I'm trying to aim for some of the senior records, which are a lot higher though, so they're harder to get.
Oh yeah. Thank you, Matt, for letting me come interview today. It was a real pleasure meeting you, but